All right. We are going live in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Yo. Tell me what you know. Welcome to the Sunshine and Bass Bandicoot show. Woo!
Yo.
Yeah.
Tonight, we have a very special guest for you guys. We have the one, the only, the most fabulous, the most phenomenal, the most Bowie of them all. We got Cody Wright in the building.
Yes.
What's up, Cody?
Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Great to be here. Here we are. Sunshine's Bass Show with Bass Bandicoot. I'm honored to be a part.
Oh man, we're honored to have you, bro.
Man, thank you.
Sure.
Hell
Thank
yeah,
you.
bro. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. What have you been up to today, Cody?
Oh, man, it's been sunny out, got outside a little bit and played with the kitty cat outside. Been a real chill day. Yeah, real chill. And I set up my pedals, was playing with my pedals and playing some basses and noodling around. And I took a nap. Yeah, I took a nap. That's important.
Yeah. Man.
Very important.
Dude, I was gonna say naps save lives, man, for sure.
Man, it's the bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cody, where are you at? Where do you reside at?
Right now, I'm outside of Fort Collins, Colorado, in the mountains, like way up in the mountains.
Hell yeah! Do you like to go hiking on your days off, if you have days off?
Yeah, absolutely. You can just go hiking in the backyard here. It's like a wilderness trail in the backyard. We're right next to the national forest too, so bears and cougars and all kinds of cool animals that I've never seen, being from the East Coast.
Hell yeah!
Cool.
Very
cool.
When did you move to Colorado from the East Coast?
About 3 years ago now.
Nice.
Yeah, about 3 years ago.
And what took you to Colorado?
It just came up that it was time for a change. And honestly, the house I was living in Asheville, it was a really cool cabin, like a music cabin. But they were going to sell it, And I think I heard in like January or February that they were going to sell it April 1st. And the opportunity came up to just come out here and live out here with some friends. And there's a studio and everything. So it's a big house, a lot of space, for my instruments and stuff. So I just took it, and here we are 3 years later. And yeah, I started to I was finishing my album, which I'm still finishing out here too in the studio. So
nice.
Very cool, dude.
I know that me and Randy were talking before we got you onto Zoom, and we were talking a little bit about your album. How long have you been working on it? When do you think you're going to release it? This is super exciting for me and Randy because we both are working on albums as well.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I've been working on this one for about 5 years now. And,
dude, that's awesome. No, I'm serious.
It eats at me sometimes, I wish I would have released it a while ago, but at the same time, I'm happy for the developments that have happened since, I've been out here and stuff. There's definitely some things that are a lot cooler to me since I came out here and had a fresh perspective on everything, Didn't just rush it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, I feel like you've just kind of been rising for a while, dude. I remember somebody showing me a video and I was like, whoa, I got to learn to play with a pick now. Because you kill it. And dude, I mean, me and Sunshine been, watching you a little bit, and dude, watching you blossom into the flower that is currently Cody Wright is very cool. And I hope you keep doing really good stuff, man. And I can't wait to hear your album.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
So I know that you actually started on the guitar. Can you give us a little bit of an introduction? How did you get into music? Why the guitar? And what was the transition like into the bass?
Okay.
Good question.
Yeah, good question. My dad played music around the house since I can remember, but he was more folk and acoustic instruments. He played banjo and guitar and flute. But I always wanted to play the electric guitar. Like when I was a little kid, it was like coming out of the 80s and electric
Oh,
guitar sound and all that stuff. And I wanted to do that. But when I was like 11 or so, we had a nephew. My nephew was living with us and he wanted to play electric guitar. So he got one. And I ended up like taking it and practicing and playing on it. And I realized that because I could like always, when I was a kid, I could always remember drum parts and play drum parts with my hands and like sing video game music like Sonic and stuff. I could
Nice.
always like remember that stuff and sing it since I'm real small. So there's a connection there. And then when I picked up the guitar, I could like, or piano, I played piano too a little bit, keyboards. And I could do that. I could just memorize it and just kind of by ear, by memory, just play stuff. So then that led to me trying to find guitar players that really were pushing me and were like really impressive to me, you know. So I remember the first time I ever heard Van Halen, like
oh
really,
yes.
you know, that was
Yeah.
like a real humbling moment as a
Yep.
little kid. And yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan, always like my dad loved Stevie Ray Vaughan, so that was in my head. You know, like I knew that he was doing vibrato. Like so when I first started playing guitar, I couldn't even hardly play. But I was trying to do the vibrato with the whammy bar because my hand wasn't strong enough to do it with my fingers. But my ears knew they wanted to hear the notes have something on them, you know, not just a straight note.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Like a
bending,
flavor.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Flavor. And like
Yeah.
bending, being able to like bend in tune and stuff. Be your hands strong enough to like bend in tune and things like that. Just right when I was starting, I kind of had an ear for that kind of stuff. So I felt myself growing really fast on guitar and just with music. And I had tried other things in life to be good at, like skateboarding and like BMX.
Yeah.
And I was not gifted like that. I was busting my ass.
Dude, wow.
So
Very similar.
that's
Seriously.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, so that's, and then many years later when I switched to bass, you know, I took a lot of the guitar influences, but I had to jump back like several steps
Okay.
into, you know, beginnerhood on bass, you know, because of the role of the bass in the band
Yeah.
and like, what it meant to have feel and groove, you know, like feel with a drummer and like pocket. I wasn't really working on that on guitar so much. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
more, you know, learning Nuno Betancourt solos or Sean Lane stuff like that. I was
Very
like,
cool.
that, which has groove and stuff in it, but it's different. It's just a different approach. So it took me like 2 or 3 solid years of gigging and then practicing after the gig all the time, like playing all the time, before I really started to feel a little more comfortable on bass. So I wasn't like kicking myself in the butt all the time when I listen back to my recordings, you know, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're all guilty of that. I
First,
actually wanted to ask you, so did you get your start on bass from basically doing the Jonathan Scales Orchestra stuff?
Exactly. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was finishing college and I didn't major in music or anything, but I was still practicing all the time and playing all the time. And I was in jazz band in college.
nice. Me too.
Yeah, me
jazz
too.
band.
Me too, dude. I love jazz ensemble, man.
Jazz ensemble party.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
There was always like 4 guitar players.
Oh yeah, dude. 10 drummers. Yeah, it's like
Well, let me
one
jump.
bass player.
Yeah, let me jump in this chat really quick. We got some people that are here to show
oh
their
yes.
support for you, Cody. We got Mike Torn, we got Eugene Bradley, James Brustad, we got Reyes Cisneros from Taos, New Mexico. We got David Pastores. What up,
Hello.
dude?
Mhm.
Oh, my favorite fan bam in the house.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
all have jazz backgrounds. Like, there's just something so special about jazz music.
Yeah.
What is it, Cody? Tell us what
Oh,
is
geez.
so special.
I think it's just so limitless. you know, because it's up to the individual and there's no rules in it. That's what I really like about it. You know, the possibilities of learning things like how to play over chord changes, you know, it's infinite, the things you can do.
Yeah.
And you could take it as inside or outside as you want. Like I get a big kick out of like folks that, especially when I was in jazz band, with folks that were like real inside with their playing, meaning like not branching, not getting too far with the outside notes and stuff.
Right.
And then really when I joined Jonathan Scales, I started getting into a little more like folks that were on the outside edge of things, like Cecil Taylor and stuff like that. Roland Kirk.
Yeah, nice name drops, dude. I like those players.
Who are some of y'all's favorite jazz players?
Oh my God. Bass players or like
anyone?
just players?
Yeah, bass, any instrument.
For sure,
I mean,
Miles Davis, right? 100%. Kind of Blue, I think is one of my favorite jazz albums.
It's a great album.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite jazz artist, Randy?
I would have to say Michael League. I'm a big Snarky Puppy addict. Yeah, I obsess over their music daily for I don't know how long now. Just it's its own beast, which is why I'm like, wow, like, and fusion is just the greatest thing that music could be to me. Like, because like you said, Cody, it's like limitless. Damn, dude, I don't know. I just get excited thinking about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jaco Pastorius, Charles.
Oh, hell yes.
Marcus Miller, Victor Wooten. I could go on and on and on and on.
Cody Wright.
Cody Wright. Woo, you guys. Tell me how important it is for you, Cody, that your father was already like in music. I know that some musicians struggle and just wish that their parents would support them in music. And some people are very blessed that they have a family support system that are either already in music or encourage them to do music.
Right.
Yeah. I'm really grateful to have my dad having played and stuff and had instruments around. My mom also listened to a lot of like stuff that back then, like a normal non-musician mom might not listen to, like stuff like Stanley Jordan, Steely Dan, Eric Johnson.
Whoa!
Like stuff like that.
Crap.
I was like putting that in my ears, you know. So for me, like tapping was like, you know, hearing Stanley Jordan do it was like, whoa. It wasn't super foreign to me when I first started approaching whatever instrument I was on. You know, there was part of me that always wished that I had like a sibling, like a, you know, a brother or sister or nephew that kept playing so we could kind of push each other like that. And, you know, there's definitely nephews and stuff that have musical talent, but that's never what they put first, you know. But very grateful to have my folks, you know, with that influence. And they were supportive of me when I was grinding out Pantera riffs with a Metal Zone pedal, you know.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Stuff like that.
Rest in power, Dimebag, man.
Yeah, that's right. Rest in power.
Mm-hmm.
I just think
very cool.
I think it's very, very important to have a support system when you're a musician, because it's not always easy, and the same for a lot of other jobs like being an artist and things like that. Like it can get very difficult. How are you standing the test of time? I mean, I know you're just an amazing musician. What are you doing to make sure you stay relevant?
Oh wow, that's a good question. Really, this album, like getting this album out, is important to me because for several reasons. Because it's the first thing that I've ever really put out where I feel like it's how I want to be heard. You know, the videos and stuff are cool, the live recordings are all right, but when I can really get in there and dial every little thing and play my guitar along with what I'm doing and stuff, it's a whole different ball game. Wow. And also, you know, I have enough material for the follow-up already. So I want to get the first one out, and then the follow-up is going to be right on the edge, the heels of that.
Very cool, dude.
So
Oh,
really
yeah.
that, and then more videos and stuff will come after that as well,
Yeah.
just with a whole different twist on it.
Let's talk a little bit about, like, so do you record yourself? Because I know you actually live in like a recording studio, right?
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
So let's talk about that. That's super exciting. Like, to, you know what I mean? Like, what? Who does that?
Yeah.
So what kind of setup do you have in your recording studio?
Yeah, what's your gear?
Well, it's centered around my MacBook. I have like a more recent MacBook with the Thunderbolt.
Nice.
For a long time I was using an older MacBook when I was like doing most of my videos for Facebook and YouTube and stuff. I had an older one.
Okay.
And right now I have a Focusrite interface. I'm using that, and I have a little mixer here that for right now, I'm mixing my bass signal and my vocal mic. I got that. I got a mixer. I got monitors, and I have like some near fields and some general monitors behind those too that I use for like mixing and stuff. They sound totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the headphones sound totally different. And each pair of headphones sounds totally different. So it's like a universe of stuff.
Yeah. The audio world it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's something
And you
that go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say you get like addicted when you get started buying all your gear. Anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, you do get addicted to it. But yeah, the recording aspect of it is something that I'm always trying to learn more about and get more efficient at and stuff.
Are you
I just
self-taught?
yeah. Yeah, when I was on guitar when I was 17, I took like 6 months of jazz guitar lessons. But I was already playing all the stuff. He just told me the theory behind what I was doing.
Cool.
He was like, "You're playing a 9 chord, a flat 9, or you're playing a 13, or stuff like that." I had no idea I was doing that. I was just copying what I was hearing.
Right.
So you have a really good ear then.
I guess so. I mean,
Because I see
I
you
always try to test it.
I see you doing these complex fucking like and I'm like, how? And then you're like
Yeah.
the guitar player. I'm like, how is he doing this? Like, what is like you either gotta have perfect pitch or you got a bomb ass memory, maybe both.
Yeah, I don't know about perfect pitch. I do have like relative pitch though. Like if I hear a song in my head that's a tune, whatever it is that's been recorded, it's on the key. So if I like sing the note of it, that's what it is.
Got you.
That's actually the note of it. So if I know that it's like an E, and then I can play an E, and that's what it is.
Right.
Yeah, and when I joined Jonathan Scales Orchestra, that was really a test because it was all by rote. We learned everything like that, just him teaching us.
Okay.
So I would test myself and I would try to, while learning a whole new instrument, which was the bass, I would try to just, he had some complex arrangements and some weird metric stuff happening. So I would try to just not break it down mathematically, but just hear it like a big groove or like like if you're just playing a beat on your lap or whatever. Okay. I would just try to hear something really complex that he did, but process it like that and simplify it.
Right.
So for my learning,
Very cool.
Wow.
So just for anyone who doesn't know about Jonathan Scales and Orchestra, can you explain the lineup and what Jonathan does too, like his instrument, which is unique?
Yeah. So Jonathan plays the steel drum, steel pan. He plays a special variety of steel pan called the double second. Whoa. And it's tuned, and his one is tuned special too. So he has to have his drums with him. He can't just show up and play someone else's steel drum. And yeah, he started the band in 2007, and it's had several different lineups, and everyone that's come through has been really special and unique somehow. Right now he's got Elon on bass and Mason.
Yeah, I follow Elon.
Yeah. And before that, he had a couple different folks, and before that, that's when I was with them for 5 years. And when I was with him, we had Phil Bronson on drums at first, and then we switched to Chazare Shink for like the last 2 years or so when I was in the band. And Chaz, incidentally, is the drummer on most of the tracks on my album, too. So,
Chaz is sick, dude. I was just watching a video of you and him jamming earlier. Yeah, he's got a really nice touch when it comes to the drums, man.
Yeah, and he's such a sweet guy too, and that goes so far, you know. He's a super, super sweet person. And
cool.
He grew so much from the beginning of when he joined the band to, you know, when we both kind of left the band together, and that's when I went to go with Eric Gales.
Oh, yeah.
We both kind of departed around the same time.
And so where were you? Was this in Colorado?
No, that was all in North Carolina. That was all in Asheville. Wow. Because that's where I went to college. And then when I finished college, they were still pretty much like a local band, regional band.
Okay.
You know, when I joined, and then we just grinded for a while and started doing international stuff after a couple years. It was crazy.
Wow.
I love the steel pan. Like, there's just something, this is not the first time I've said this either. There's something very special about that instrument.
Yeah, it is though.
Hell yeah.
Growing up in Florida as a kid, you know, I'd go to like SeaWorld, and I remember a really early memory of, you know, steel drums, like the big barrel steel drums.
Yeah.
The bass steel drum.
Yeah. I remember guys playing those at SeaWorld when I was a little kid, you know. So it was there. And then video games, it would pop up too back in the 90s. Like Super Mario All-Stars used some of that sound. Mario Kart used some of that sound. Sonic 3 used some of that sound. You know. Wow. So I was like aware of that.
I like watching.
Very cool.
I feel like I watched this documentary one time on like how the soundtrack for like the Mario Brothers was made, and apparently like this man was just taking like samples from like records that he had found in like old shops or something like that. Have you heard this story before?
No, I haven't. That's cool.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, I've not heard that either.
Samples and shit. I was like, what? Yes, you heard it here first. Hopefully I'm right, you guys. Just make that up. Pretty sure there is some truth to that.
That's another thing I want to go look up.
Yeah.
So I actually have something I want to know about. I'm a video game music nerd, dude. Like Pokemon is my favorite.
Yeah.
I really dig the fact that like everything I see about you is involving video game music, along with your funkiness. What's up with Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove, dude?
Oh yeah.
How was that experience, man? Like that's really fucking cool.
Yeah, man, that was a childhood dream come true. Like honestly, it's like every time I tell the story, it feels trippy, you know, because I totally, when I was 9, before I ever played music, I was playing that game. And a lot of the reason I played it was to hear the song on like the next level, because I would get excited, like, what's that next level gonna sound like?
Oh man,
that's why I wanted to beat the level.
Very cool.
So yeah, I in 2015 I made the connection happen, and I happened to have some videos and stuff already, like promo stuff out, and I reached out, and I had to audition. He put me through some tests. He wanted to see like if I could do like old school funk stuff.
Oh yeah.
And that was very fun and cool to do. I actually used a P bass in the very beginning for that, as well, a P bass with flats. But most of the album, so we did a vinyl album on Adult Swim. Here it is.
What?
Oh. Yep. Damn, that's so cool, dude. I did not know that.
Yep.
Oh my God, look at you. You're right.
Oh, it's so dope. Oh, wow, dude.
And yeah, that was just crazy.
So wait, what? Okay, so explain this to me. What? So you came out, you made an album for Adult Swim?
Yeah, and this came out before the game was released. This came out like 2 years before the game was released.
Dude, that is so cool.
Wow. It's incredible, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How fun. Oh my God, dude. I can't with you. You just keep getting better and better.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool, man. I can't wait to see you keep going in the video game department, I hope.
Yeah.
Because that's
you should
yeah.
like do some sort of like bass inspired video game where maybe we can like use different bass players and like you can like change the rigs and like the different like basses and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Change the amps and like the stages and shit like that and the festivals.
Yeah. If enough people came together and focused on that, it could happen.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Right people.
Get out into the world and manifest that. Let me jump in this chat really quick. Megan Richardson said she loves your sunglasses, and I completely agree. You are like so cool. Such a cool dude.
I'm just trying to keep up with y'all, you know.
Oh man.
Let's see. Eugene says, in New Jersey, a landlord I lived under had his own reggae band, complete with steel drums. I love that, Eugene.
That is really cool.
Hell
You
yeah.
can hear that and just listen to that.
Right? And then James says, P bass with flats, nectar from the heavens.
That's right.
Oh yes.
So let's talk about the bass you're holding right now, and maybe you can play us a little bit of your funkiness.
Yes. Let's get down, bro.
Yeah, this is my main Zon. This is the first Zon I ever owned. And so I went to NAMM a couple of years ago. Actually, it was 2014 NAMM, so a while back. And I just went to the Zon booth and I played one of their imports. And it blew me away so much that I just went home and looked up, you know, on Talkbase, I just looked up what was on there. And so I had to take out a month's rent to get this bad boy and then, you know, pay it back at the time.
Oh, damn.
And it was the best thing I ever did. Like as soon as I got it, it was set up like this. It didn't need anything.
Wow.
So 97 body and a 2015 neck. When I bought it, it had a different type of finish on the neck. It was kind of cracking a little bit. But I just played it so much that I wore it down like up here. And because I just couldn't put this thing down. And I still can't. I love it so much. But so yeah, Joe built this neck in 2015, right before I went to Japan for the first time. I had this neck then. And now this neck is getting worn a little bit, but it's nice and broken in, you know.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Very cool.
Show us some of can you give us like any advice or like tips for technique or the tapping that you do that you're so great at?
Oh, yeah, well thank you. Yeah. You know, when I first started with the pick, I hadn't really been hip to like really playing funk with it. I could solo and stuff, but the groove and everything was something that I had to really listen to actual bass players, you know, for. And Victor Wooten was a huge influence, Bobby Vega. But so the picking, you know, listen to guitar players and bass players, you know. My favorite guitar player for a long time was Sean Lane, and he's like a mutant. He's like freakish.
Yeah, that guy's very good.
Yeah. Yeah, like some of the more like Indian type music he did too. It's just so next level.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he got some of his pick technique from John McLaughlin as well. But also Stevie Ray Vaughan was a huge influence for me with the pick on guitar. And that was one of the trickiest things for me was synchronizing my hands. Like back when I was shedding on guitar all the time, like meaning, you know, this means that, bam, and then upstroke means that finger, like getting that just right in line. You know, where it's just that kind of stuff. So just exercises like that, you know, you can do stuff like that while you're just chilling watching TV, you know, stuff like that. Just chromatic and just not
Jeez,
real
dude.
musical, but
Okay.
that sort of thing. So that's the pick. And the tapping, I played piano. There was a period in college where I played piano more than I played anything else for like 2 years.
Okay.
I was always playing piano in the practice rooms, like miss lunch for it and stuff. So that, opens up how you think about, this can play a chord, this can play the bass, or this can play a bass and chords, and this can play melody, So you just kind of get that. But then when I heard Victor Wooten and Reggie Wooten, some of their tapping stuff, Reggie in particular really inspired me a lot, and he was really cool to me and everything. I actually learned one of his little solos on guitar, and I went and played it for him at a show.
Damn.
It was super sweet and it was awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Way back. That's the whole idea of that thing that I do where it starts out like a major and then goes to a minor.
Wow.
Thing. When you start really playing with that stuff, there's like a universe in it. There's a whole universe inside it.
Yeah.
Like learning the chromatic scale, like how important the chromatic scale is and stuff like that. Because that's just chromatically going down from C to G.
Right.
And down a G. And you could just keep it going all the way down, and just playing with that.
Wow.
Damn, dude.
It's just chords,
Wow. So as phenomenal and amazing as you are, do you still practice? I mean, you must, right? What does your practice schedule look like?
Yeah. Well, I do. And really, I have to, it's almost like I practice more guitar than bass. For some reason, it seems like guitar, my standards are like different for myself on bass and guitar. So I feel like I need to just like practice guitar more. I don't know. It goes back to like the childhood thing of woodshedding, But when it comes to bass, when I practice, I really try to focus on the weak points, Yeah. So for me, some of that would be like techniques, like slapping and finger style stuff. One thing is I keep my nails long because of guitar, so I can like do hybrid picking stuff, like chicken pick. So it's kind of funny when I go to play this stuff. It's like I got a nail there, But I like to practice on like P basses and jazz basses and stuff, too. It's a different trip on those than on this thing. This thing's like a Ferrari, the action's
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy.
Okay, you guys. So do you know Fleeb? He's actually a bass player from Colorado.
Who's that?
Fleeb?
No.
Oh, I thought you said Flea for a second.
Now, Fleeb, who do you play with? I can't remember the name of the band. Drop that in the comments. He is a phenomenal bass player, and I believe he lives in Denver. Such a good guy, such a cool cat. We also have John Hines in the comments. Now, I know that you've recorded for the Big Ol' Nasty Get Down, right?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the Big Ol' Nasty Get Down. Tell the people about the Big Ol' Nasty.
Man, it's exceptional. It's an exceptional collective of folks, and he started that way back with and he has some superstars right off the bat, and it's just chock full of all kinds of amazing players, man.
So many, freaking many people. It's hard to even name one or two. He has Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers.
Oh,
He has George Clinton. I mean, George Clinton, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what?
Yeah, like right off the bat, he had him. Yeah, it's like insanity. You know, Norwood and Angelo from Fishbone.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge Fishbone fan.
whoa.
Yeah. So what tracks did you actually get to record on?
I recorded on a really cool track with Jack Irons on drums.
Nice.
And
Wow.
yeah. And it was crazy. We went in there and we tried a couple different basses on the track. And super loose and chill, you know. And tried a couple different basses, and I ended up on an 8-string for that particular track.
Whoa, yeah. Sick, dude.
John had some cool basses, and there was this 8-string. I think it belonged to the band, if I'm not mistaken, Vixen or something at one point.
Wow.
If I'm right, if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it was. It was the Vixen bass. It was an 8-string, and so I played it with a pick on that track.
Wow.
And then since then, he's had folks add stuff on top of it, you know, layer it up, and it's amazing. It sounds really awesome.
Wow.
Do you know when that's gonna drop?
No, I actually don't. I actually have no idea.
John, put it in the comments. When is that track gonna drop?
Yeah.
I want to know. I know I've talked to a lot of people that have worked with John, and he's just very thinks outside of the box. And I love the way he does things, because sometimes he's just like, here's a drum track, play whatever you want on it, and then just builds from there. And I think it's really unique, and I'll say it every single time I talk about him. Like, the dude's just a genius. He's a mastermind.
He's a mastermind.
Yeah,
he's just the
definitely
greatest.
that.
He's the greatest, yeah. Super chill, man. It was a good time.
Yeah, and the dude's like 6 foot, like 8 or something, like crazy tall.
He's pretty tall, yeah. Pretty tall cat.
Let's see. John says soon it's off for vocals. Cody crushed it.
Thank you. I'm honored to be. I was crazy. I actually went to a big old nasty get down recording session in Asheville, North Carolina in 2012.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I just started. I was like really, really new, and I just went there. I didn't want to force myself or anything in there, so I just kind of hung out for a little bit and left. But I was actually there for a minute.
Damn.
What was your favorite part about it?
That recording session at the time?
Yeah.
Probably meeting Norwood and hanging out with Norwood. You know, I was like, wow, I'm hanging out with them. It's crazy.
Did you get all like starstruck?
A little bit. You know, we had actually, it was after the Fishbone show that night at the Great Eagle. And then everybody went to this place way out in the country. And everybody was there, and it was a trip. And I was like, whoa, I can't believe it. You know, I'm pretty shy. I don't like to like force myself into anything. So I was just kind of just hanging out. But he was just sat there, and I was like, I gotta just say something to him, you know. I think I gave him the album we were working on at the time with Jonathan Scales.
Nice. Damn.
So you say that did you say you're kind of shy?
Yeah, when it comes to things like that, you know, like jumping into something, like go for it, you know, like in that sense. But in the sense of, you know, being on stage or talking to people, I did radio for a while in high school and in college.
Oh.
Yeah. So I always, you know, I worked on things like enunciation and stuff like that. And like not at first, I was really nervous to even be on the air on the radio. Like, I couldn't believe it. I'd always be like hearing myself in third person, you know, like wondering how I sounded to someone else.
So that's what I was actually going to ask you, was like stage fright, because you play for huge audiences. Oh my God. Tell me the biggest audience you've ever played for. And do you have like any kind of like tradition or something that you do before you get on stage to kind of like shake loose the nerves?
Yeah, pre-show ritual.
Yeah, totally. Man, the biggest show I ever did was probably in Portland at the Waterfront Blues Festival with Eric Gales. There was like hundreds of thousands of folks there. It was insane.
Damn.
And we did another one in Australia that had just so many folks at it. That was like the best show, one of my favorite shows I ever did. But, you know, just be comfortable with the music. Like pre-show ritual wise, breathe. You know, I'll have coffee before the show. Drink some water, but not too much because you don't want to have to go pee. You know.
Yeah.
I learned that lesson the hard way a couple times. But
Yeah.
the funny thing, when I was on stage and I had to pee real bad, I remember like really being focused on the music and nothing else. Like I couldn't worry about anything but just really focused on the music until we're done and I'm going to the outhouse or whatever.
Like you're focused,
Nice.
you're putting it all into your music, because if you think of anything else, then you're just pissing all over yourself, and that's not a good look.
Never did that, but yes, exactly.
Oh my
Dude.
god.
Oh, yeah.
So you talked about Japan, and I love talking about Japan. I guess I need to go visit. But a lot of people that come on the show, they have nothing but nice things to say about Japan. What has been your experience in Japan? Like, did you get to play over there?
Yeah. So we went over there in 2015 with Jonathan Scales, and it was so special. You know, we had our friend Tom was showing us around and helping us out, and he was kind of our translator and stuff. And we played at the like the Blue Note and stuff, Blue Mood, and a couple other really awesome gigs. And it was just crazy to actually we played a show at a school called the Gunma Kokusai Academy, like out in the country. So we drove out to the country from Tokyo, like way out into the country, and played for all these young kids. And that was so special. They gave me a box. I wish I had it right here to pull out. They gave me a box that had rubber bands across it and a hole in it, like a guitar. And all the kids signed it and wrote a little thing on it. I still have it.
Oh,
dude, that's so cool. Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, the food was awesome. You know, it's like, especially like there's a lot of like super fresh seafood, like where you go in and you can see it in the in the aquarium. You know.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy.
Now, how is it trying to like interact with fans that don't necessarily speak English?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, it's, you know, I just listen and pay attention. I listen to you know, if they might know a little English, or if they understand, sometimes they can understand what I mean when I say things and stuff like that. Honestly, I always end up feeling like I want to learn their language a little more. You know, I don't want to go in there like expecting everyone to know how to speak English. I would love to be able to converse with them a little more.
Yeah.
So that's something in the future I want to work on, is some other languages more as well.
Do you have like a country that you haven't visited yet that you'd like to go?
Yeah, totally. I would love to go to Israel. I also would love to go to Portugal. Oh man, it would be cool to go to New Zealand too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
New Zealand would be
And
cool.
Thailand.
Oh,
Thailand would be cool as well.
Do you like Thai food? Well, okay. Do you like Thai food or Indian food better?
Oh geez. That's tough. I just
wait. Thai, Indian, or Ethiopian?
Ooh.
Ooh. There's just all a different universe, each one.
Yeah.
Types of spices are so different.
That's true.
Oh man, I love a good Thai curry when that's nice and hot, like
yeah,
something like that, or a massaman.
The massaman, yeah, that's good. So do you get it Thai hot? Do you get it Thai hot?
Yeah, when I can, I do.
Nice.
I go through phases of that. Like right now, I'm in a phase where I can handle it. I go through sometimes where I just don't. I'm not in the mood for it so much. The super spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels, dude.
Where you're just like crying and like
I'm having a straight trip on that stuff sometimes.
Yeah. Seriously though, you smell it and you're like, all right, I'm high. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
So how long have you been playing with Eric now?
Well, I played with Eric for about 2 years.
Okay.
That was from 2015 to the end of 2017.
Okay. So you're not playing with them anymore.
No, I'm not. Since I moved out to Colorado, that was kind of the turning point of that.
Okay.
Yep.
So who are you playing with?
He's crushing it.
Sorry.
Not really. No, I'm not really like playing in a band like that. And I'm kind of happy that all this, the pandemic and everything being slowed down and shut down kind of happened when, I wasn't in a full-time touring schedule. I took some serious time to finish this album and work on my own music. I felt like I just had to get that done. So that's all what kind of led to that, that pause.
Awesome.
I'm moving out of a town where I was in the music community in Asheville and then moving out to Colorado. I never jumped into the scene here, really. I don't really know a lot of folks because I've just been in the studio working on stuff.
Cool.
Wow.
Sounds like you're going to get to know some people, dude. Colorado's a great spot.
I'm like, I know a lot of people in Colorado. I'm going to send you there.
Yeah. That'll be awesome. Yeah, always into that. Always into meeting new folks and jamming out. It's a whole different world and scene.
Yeah. So your solo project that you're doing, your album, are you like let's talk about it. It's not just bass, right? You have other instruments. Are you singing? Like, what is it composed of?
Yeah, I am singing on it. And
sick.
The kind of singing that I'm doing is I like to stack vocals. I started doing that in college, like just messing around and stacking my own vocals and harmonies and stuff. So I do some of that behind, say, a bass groove, and I also play a lot of guitar on the album.
Okay.
Yeah, I play all the guitars on there, but some songs are just bass. I got my song "Lone Wolf," which is just all this. It's every single note is on this thing, and I played like harmonies and bass lines and all that stuff. And then I got a song called "Blue Storm" that I'm playing guitar on that I composed, and I actually have Victor Wooten as a special guest on that track. He takes 2 solos. That's
congratulations! Oh my god!
Yes,
that's huge.
Thank you.
Congrats, dude. That is massive.
Yeah, I'm very, very blessed by that, and super thankful to Vic and all the Wootens.
Wow. Oh my god, Cody, that is so phenomenal, dude. Where do you go to write your music? Do you have like a sacred space, or do you just stay in your studio? Maybe your studio is your sacred space.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Always before I moved out here, my studio was my bedroom. And because I was hardly home, I would always rent the smallest room in whatever house it was. It was like a shared house with friends. I'd always get one time I had a storage closet. That was my room.
Oh, yeah.
3 years. And that was my studio.
Hey, man, you work with what you got. That's dope.
Yeah, you have to, as a musician, saving and stuff, you got to plan around stuff like that. And I don't regret it. But that's always been my sacred spot for composing and stuff is just wherever I have my amps set up and stuff. A lot of my writing too happens on acoustic guitar, crazily enough. There's something about the way it breathes when you play it. I don't know, it just resonates, and that really, I've written a lot of stuff on acoustic that I haven't ever recorded that I plan on recording. So that's huge for me as well.
Very cool,
like just
dude.
Sitting outside, sitting under a tree outside with an acoustic is huge for me,
Dude, it feels good, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the nice thing about the acoustic too is you don't have to plug it in. So it makes writing you can just go do it. That's so cool, man. That's nice advice.
Yeah. Very cool.
Exactly.
So we have Brenda Goodson in the comments. She says, I love that you play multiple instruments, Cody. Is there any instrument you want to learn?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Brenda. I've always wanted to play drums and drum set, and it's just never worked out logically and logistically for me. always wanted to play drum set and really understand that, because I can play hand drums and like finger drums and stuff. Like I can like, you know, do all kinds of stuff like that. And since I was a kid, I always just took to doing that, like playing on my chest and stuff like that. So actually drum set would be a huge one for me.
Everybody knows who knows me. I've always wanted to learn to play the drums. They put my ass on the tuba. Fast forward a couple of years, here we are, right? So it's totally fine.
Damn. I actually had the liberty of starting with the drums. That was my first instrument I ever played, which is how I got into bass. So if you guys want some drum lessons, let me know. I'm not that great, but I can keep the pocket going.
Man.
Yeah. Drums are fun, dude. Wow, I totally pictured you like slaying the drums, man.
Oh, geez.
I know you will when you learn. Yeah.
Yeah.
The limb coordination, you know, I just love the fact that your whole body is in tune with rhythm when you do that, you know.
Right.
And I feel like that will inspire, you know, just feel on the bass a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
One of my friends said that, you know, he's an unbelievable bass player, and he asked Oteil, like, what's the one thing I should do? Oteil Burbridge. He asked him, what's the one thing I should do? And Oteil told him, just play drums more.
Oh yeah, that's great advice.
Yeah,
man, coming from a legend too.
Oh, yeah. All the way.
Hell yeah, you guys. Hey, do you know how to play any Legend of Zelda?
Oh yeah.
Let's hear that.
Oh hell yes.
I used to do a little thing based off of Zelda's Lullaby, like. There it is. Yeah, that's how it went.
Yeah.
Been a
wow.
Yeah. You know.
Wow.
Something like that.
Hell yeah. What's your favorite video game?
Oh man. Well, for the longest time, it was the second Toe Jam and Earl. It's called Panic on Funkatron. That one. Because the music went from just being pretty much like maybe bass, drums, and keys to a whole horn section in MIDI, you know, on Genesis. And that really blew me away. John Baker did that stuff. And I was also a fan of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Love that. And I love, there's a game that came out after that called Knuckles Chaotix. Came out for the 32X. And it was supposed to be Sonic 4.
Okay.
That game is just not a lot of people know about it. And the music in that really got me too. They took it up another notch. And they actually had in sound test on the game, they had all these keyboards laid out and they had the notes of the songs playing. When you played the sound test, they would play you the song.
Oh, that's a fucking cool idea, dude.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's dope.
I'm into some newer games too. Like right now, I'm a big fan of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh yeah.
Because it reminds me of where I live. It's like I'm playing like outside of here.
That's so tight.
That game is awesome. Masterpiece.
I have like SpongeBob SquarePants. And I have like, what's this? I think it's called Doom, or I don't know. It's some kind of shooting game. I haven't like played it yet. I've only played SpongeBob. Do you have like a Twitch or anything, Cody? I know that's ridiculous to ask, but.
What do you mean a Twitch? Like an account?
Yeah, like do you go on and like play games and like play games at the same time and people pay you for that shit?
No, crazily, I don't. I never really did the online thing. Crazy.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, I have to.
It's never too late to start, Cody.
Yes, dude, I have to get on that. I'm gonna get on that. But oh yeah, one game I forgot to mention is this little guy behind me right here. Maybe you can
Oh,
see.
Kirby.
That's
Oh, I
Kirby.
love Kirby.
Yes.
That inspired the crap out of my music, like crazily.
The soundtrack.
Damn, dude.
The soundtrack.
Yeah.
I love this episode so much, you guys. Like literally, this is so fucking fun.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I'm having a blast. Thank y'all, man.
Oh, dude, thanks for having us, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
thanks. Thank everybody. Thanks everybody who's hanging out tonight. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Randy. You guys are so fucking awesome. Yeah, no, I had no idea that video games, I mean, I knew video games could like inspire, but like you're just such a magical and phenomenal, like over the top player. Like I love that video games inspired your music so much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's this, it's like my generation came up in that, and it's something that as a tiny kid, that you didn't hear a lot about. No one really talked about it. And if I were to talk to some of my friends back then about video game music, it's like, what are you doing listening to? You're supposed to play the game, it's not about the music so much. But now it's like so many folks are coming out saying how inspired they are by this stuff, because it's legendary, really. Like the thing that got me about Kirby was it's fast. A lot of the music is really fast, but it's melodic. It has a singable melody to it.
Yeah.
I love that kind of thing. It's like fast. Like some of the tapping stuff I do is inspired by that. Like that kind of stuff.
Yes, very cool.
Oh my God, I love it.
No.
It makes me anticipating your solo stuff even more because it's inspired. If you're inspired by video games, I know I'm gonna love that shit.
Yeah. It's got electronic drums on a couple of the songs and acoustic drums on a couple of the songs. And actually, one of the things that I'm really happy about with it that happened recently was, since I came out to Colorado, was I actually had my friend Xavier Taplin play keyboards from Ghost Note, and he plays with Toto as well. He laid down some keyboards on there, and that takes it into the whole, even more into like video gamey, trippy. The way he hears stuff is insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. Very cool. I can't wait to hear it.
Well. Yeah, thank you.
So what are the chances in the future that there's going to be a Cody Wright band?
Oh man, I'd say it's going to happen. I just got to release this album first and then, play it from there. I don't see myself being in Colorado forever, but who knows? I do miss Asheville a lot and North Carolina a lot. Things, just the whole life thing of moving and where am I going to live and all that. It dictates a lot because I want to have a band that I can rehearse with in person.
Yeah.
Play with in person. And I am a big fan of rehearsing and just jamming.
It's important, right? To get comfortable and really know the music really good and all that good stuff. So do you have merch or anything that we can buy to support you?
Yeah.
Not at the moment. I did have some t-shirts that I printed for a while, and I'm thinking about bringing those back actually. This was like a super limited edition vinyl. The Toe Jam thing.
It's so cool.
You can actually go and buy something very similar to this online now. I think they actually do have a vinyl as well out now that you can go and purchase.
Cool.
And the Toe Jam and Earl page has like CDs of that soundtrack and stuff as well.
Dude, how did I totally miss Toe Jam and Earl? Like, how did I miss that? Like, what?
I think it's a generational thing, like he said earlier.
Yeah, the Game 2 came out in 93, and the first one came out in 91.
Okay.
But you can always go right back, and they have it on freaking like Switch and Xbox.
Yeah, the Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say they have it on like those systems. It might even have it on PS4. I don't know.
Wow. Do you have a favorite Cartoon Network or Adult Swim show?
Oh yeah, Adult Swim. I like the early Squidbillies.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
I was living I was living in Northeast Georgia when that show came out.
Oh
I was like,
man.
oh no, they did not.
I want the booty hunter hat that Earl always is wearing. I think
Yes. Yeah, and he has another one that says free hat limit 1.
Uh-huh. I think my favorite is Jesus Shaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I love C Lab 20. Was it 2021 or 2020? And
20, yeah.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force, my absolute favorite of all time.
Oh yeah, Meatwad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eugene says Venture Brothers was his favorite Adult Swim show. I love the Venture Brothers too, Eugene.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's my shit right there. Oh, and Space Ghost Coast to Coast, of course. Can't forget Space Ghost.
Yeah, that's old school. Like the original.
Yeah.
That's with the mantis.
Yeah, dude. And the
And
Bob
yeah.
too.
He's like boom, boom,
Can't
boom,
forget
boom,
yeah, Men Talk the Mind Taker, dude. You can't forget that guy.
boom.
Oh yeah. So let's see what else. So we covered your background, we covered your influences, we've covered your album, we've covered your home studio, we covered your tapping technique, your picking technique, your practice schedule. We know what you eat for breakfast and what you have before you go to bed at night. No, we don't.
High, hot, super hot. Muscle curry. I'm just kidding.
I kind of want to just hear you jam a little bit. Are you down with that, Sunshine?
Of course.
Let's get this man playing a little bit.
Yeah,
All right.
please.
All right, cool. Do you want me to just dive into it for a little bit?
Oh,
Yeah, man, just feel it out.
All right. See what happens.
Oh, sunglasses are coming off.
Oh, shoot.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Thank you
Wow.
so much, dude. You're a
Dude,
fucking badass.
Thank you.
that was incredible, Cody. Wow.
I felt like I was playing like in front of a huge crowd. That's so fun.
Oh man, that's so cool to hear. We aim to be a huge crowd.
Yes, we do. We absolutely do. Oh my gosh.
Fuck yeah.
So, I mean, so what's next? So we just have to wait for your album to come out, right?
Yeah, you know, and I definitely, at the same time, I apologize that it's taken so long, you know, but at the same time, I'm happy about the developments that have happened with it. So I am excited to release that. And also, I'm going to revamp my whole website and do some lessons and focus on some lessons on there as well. And some other surprises too coming for
Yeah.
sure.
And then
Some
what?
Very cool.
collaborations.
Yes.
Sorry. What about like your YouTube channel, like content for that? Do you do like will you be doing like different lessons and stuff on there maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, just you know, that's another thing is the whole video side of it all. I kind of put a lot of that on pause as I'm finishing this album in the studio, you know. And but the good side of that is I have a whole lot of like new ideas and fresh ideas about lessons and things like that that I'm going to put out there. And I'm
Oh,
excited. I'm so excited about it. And some collaborations and stuff like that. I'm in talks with some other folks about like going and just writing with them and stuff like that, like composing whole new things.
oh
So
my gosh, that is
Oh man.
amazing. I can't wait to
Oh
see what you come up with.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So this album, hopefully, I'll release it this year.
Oh yeah,
Sometime
well,
this year.
yeah, I will be holding my breath until then. So you don't want me to die, Mr. Cody. So release it as soon as
Ah, I got you. I got you.
possible. Randy, do you have anything else you want to ask before we start wrapping this up? We've already been going for almost an hour and a half, so I want to be respectful of everybody's time.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're fine.
I pretty much just want to say honestly, dude, it's great to meet you. So awesome to talk to you, dude. Like you're a cool dude. You're just as cool as I thought you were gonna be. I knew you were a dope bass player already. And I learned a lot just from watching you in the like last couple minutes. So
Oh, that's
keep
huge. That means so much. Thank you,
yeah,
man.
man. And also I just want to say don't ever apologize. Good things take time, man.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of feel like everyone that I know has been working on stuff for years, whether it's a record or their job or, you know, whatever is in their life that they're trying to do. And you're only 30, man. Like, wow, you only have up to go from here. So keep fucking killing it, dude. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah,
Man, this has been an honor.
Hmm.
thank you so much. Do you have like, could you give us like your best piece of advice that you have,
Ooh, yeah, that's a good closer. Yeah.
either for life or as far as being a musician, or just the best piece of advice that you have?
Wow. Oh man, slow down and listen. You know, for either situation, just listen. Um, just listen freely and openly, and keep your ears open. You know, listen without any sort of judgment or any kind of like intrusive ideas. Just listen. And yeah, on stage, just listen and you know, as a bass player, that was a big thing that I learned was the value of just listening and things like dynamics and stuff like that. And yeah, that's part of speech as well. One of my very early jam sessions where I sat in with a blues band. I was playing guitar. The guitar player after the jam, he said, "Music is like a conversation. You know, you have your turn to speak, and you have your turn to not speak and to listen." You know, because then I was just lead guitar, and some rhythm guitar and stuff. So that was a huge piece of advice for me. Yeah, and keep it chill. You know,
Mhm.
smile.
Oh, yeah. Be
Yeah.
Cody Wright, everybody. What would Cody
Yes.
do?
Yeah,
Damn, dude. The world definitely needs more chill. That's some solid advice.
yeah. There's these drinks called sparkling ices that I really like. They're like it's like soda, but it's no sugar. And on the back it says, "As in life, chill for best results." I thought that was,
I
I thought that was
like it. Yeah, dude. You got a license to chill.
yeah.
Oh my god, you guys.
Uh,
Well, we're gonna get this wrapped up. Cody, do you have anything else you'd like to say before we get this wrapped up?
Oh man, yeah. Just thanks to everyone for checking this out, and really look forward to bringing new music out and working with new folks and having new ideas and hearing from everyone. And thank you to y'all for support. Thanks, Sunshine. Thanks, Bass Bandicoot. This is awesome.
Yes, sir.
I had a lot of fun.
Wow. Awesome, dude. We had a blast too.
Yeah, we absolutely did. Thank you so much. I hope that you can come back on after you've released your album and we can promote it and talk all about it. And that'd be amazing.
Would love to. Would love to. Man, it's an honor. It's an honor.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Bass Bandicoot. I appreciate you. Everybody at home, I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys for hanging out. Everybody who's listening on the podcast, I couldn't do it without you guys. Until next time, you guys keep smiling, be kind, stay safe, and keep rocking and rolling.
Word. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.